earlier I was gonna just learn how to use CapCut, right? I was talking about the episodic memory, working memory, semantic, all that kind of stuff. Kind of want to just turn this into a visualization because it's still a little confusing, right? So let's go ahead and use some of the workflows. I had a bunch of YouTubes that I transcribed, and then I put it into Claude, and then I was figuring out which ones would probably work the best. So here's a bunch of them. So we're gonna go ahead and use a free version of stuff, or just use Claude to come up with the prompt here, right? So let's come up with a script. Can you create me a easy to understand script to make an animation for knowing the different types of memory in that requires anybody to build an agent out, right? So essentially the working memory, episodic, semantic, procedural, relationship memory, but make it very easy to understand. And I want to create a really nice and easy animation. So create a script around it. I don't know what the characters would be or whatever like that, but keep it very simple. So when I do plug this into some of these animation platforms, that we don't have too much, too many characters or anything like that. So I don't know. It's good enough, right? I don't even know how to come up with a script. I haven't really written scripts for animations. So I don't know why I was checking the front end design skill. I could care less about that. Platform, Runaway, King, Kling, Pika, or even giving motion designer animation script. So while that's going on, let's see what OpenArt. So there's a bunch of tools that I talk about, right? Image generation, video generation, voiceover editing. So I think there's one that's all in one that can do some of these. Let's also search up render AI. So let's use OpenArt Render AI. That's a cool website. And let's see. Let me launch the app. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and sign up for this with my Google. Let's see. I'm gonna sign up for the other one too. Okay, see Dan's got it. I like to create a AI video. So you can use different prompts, Google VO3. I don't know how much, 1500 credits, 40 tokens. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to take the prompt that we get here. What is this? This is a scene. Let's see. Let's take this, copy it. So what do we have? We have one small friendly robot, simple geometric shape, no face details, just two dot eye that can change expression. I don't like the robot idea. Let's make this more of a... Can you create the script but make it with our chef example? So make this entire memory based off of the examples we were talking about, like a sushi chef or a chef that focuses on Asian cooking, very stoic, very proud of their work, exactly like how sushi chefs or a lot of the Asian chefs would be, and then talk about all the different memory stuff, right? So come up with a script with that, and let's go from there. I don't like the robot idea. So I want to stay away from like the robot stuff. I don't know, just let's see what this comes up with. And then what I'm going to do is, since this kind of has all the workflows that people use, I'm going to post the script here, and it'll tell me like which ones might work well, which doesn't, what's going to cost money, which one I should sign up for, and test this out immediately. So let's wait for that to finish. Okay, 40 tokens. How much does that equal? I don't know what 40 tokens is. That like, sometimes I have no idea what these tokens really like end up being. Let's purchase something. 40 tokens, reset daily, generate 1 to 4 images, 1 active, save up to 700 images and videos. 40 tokens, 3,000 tokens each month. Save up to 50 down full creation history. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Well, let's see what this is. This done? Okay. Stop. Okay. Let's go ahead and download this. Character, master, Japanese chef, silver hair, pull back, white chef's coat, no words, stoic face, hands do all the talking, runaway, cling, Pika, After Effects. Okay, so let's give it this. Based off of this script that I just wrote, what do you think is the best platform for me to try to make an animation video at the moment to test them out? I can try multiple platforms, but is this script too long? Is it too short? Will this work well? Do I need to purchase it? I kind of want to try a free version. What do you think is the best way to go about this? Okay, let's go. What is it? Responding back. Okay. 90 seconds is actually perfect. It's long enough to build a concept properly. Short enough to hold attention. You got roughly 10 to 12 seconds per scene. Will this work well? Mostly yes, with one honest caveat. The scenes will generate beautifully. Scene 1, scene 6, scene 8. The harder access scene for the flashback cut. AI video can't actually do actual editing cuts inside a single generation. You generate the preset moment. 3 customers at the bar, chef's eyes moving between them. Multiple people in the same frame is where AI generators struggle. You need to simplify this. Chef looking down. I think that scene 7 would be fine. The only time it would be an issue is if we're trying to reintroduce those characters later. So, given your script, here's my honest take. Is your best starting point Jiro Dreams Sushi you're going for dark is exactly the kind. Google Flow as your second test is slightly different look. Makes feel. Don't try to generate all 8 scenes on a feature. Pick your 2 hardest prompts. Test one scene 1, then scene 8, and run each one on Kling and Go. That gives you 4 clips, costs you nothing, and tells you everything you need to know. If there are 2 scenes, look right in the middle more easily. Okay. Let's try that. Let's go ahead and go to Kling. I think I tried using this once. I don't know if I'll have any more free credits. Let me see. Okay. Home. What is this? It's not even. Is this Kling? What the hell is this? Am I logged in? Sign in. Okay, let me log into this. Alright, so we are logged in. Forget all this. Let's go straight into generate 66 credits. Okay.
So with the Galaxy S27 Ultra, we're about to witness one of the funniest smart...
Okay. So one thing that I want to know is, like, do we generate the images first? So for these workflows, and based off of the transcripts I posted as well, do I just paste this entire script within Kling, or like the scene 1 and scene 8, and just let it generate the animation cell and everything? Is the transcript enough for that, or do I need to generate maybe a image first in like using Nano Banana or something, and just create the image so it has a reference? Or what do you think's the, not the best way to do this? I just want to kind of get a working animation style working, but I guess in general, what would be the best workflow to create consistency and create a good script and a good animation? So I think initially you would need to create the characters probably, but let's see. See here on video, do not paste the full script. Kling generally one clip at a time. It has no idea what your story is. Just read the right workflow. Transcript actually convert it, especially for animation. Generate your reference character image first. Before you touch Kling's video, go to Kling's image generation. You can see it at the top. Generate a single image of your chef. Okay, let's do that. Do stuff for the anchor. Every video clip, yeah. Generator after this uses this image as a start frame. That's how you get consistency. So use that image as your start frame in the video. You can see your screen shutters and add start and end frames. Okay, so let's go here into Kling. Let's go into generate image. Okay. Let's go ahead and generate this. I don't know how long this would take. Hopefully not longer than like 30 seconds max. I don't really like this animation. I don't like the photorealistic. Let's do an animation. Is that what our script was? I didn't even read the script fully. Let me go back to the script. The VS Code. Warm leaf. What is Jiro Dream Sushi? Isn't Jiro like a character? Oh, kind of like this. Interesting. I want it animated though. Photorealistic is a little bit tougher. Can we do this in like anime style? Possibly in a little darkish. Instead of photorealistic, so let's go ahead with that style. I don't want it to be super photorealistic because then people would like nitpick little small stuff around this, right? I want this to be easy to generate and animate, and we don't have to worry too much about very like human realism. Okay, let's go ahead and update the animation style to this anime style, and then I'm gonna go ahead and generate the chef again based off of script. Oh, can I just copy this? Needs on name, we're on name, silver white hair, short pulled back, few strands, sharp narrow eye, white coat, just completely focused, a single dark sash, light around hands are always visible. Okay, let's just copy all of this and then I want to regenerate this with Kling. Honestly, this is just crazy to me, like the whole entire AI landscape and stuff. There's so much to learn and get better at that it's almost like I was watching a video about somebody talking about how AI deserves to take your job, and I don't disagree with him to a certain degree. I think we're getting to a point in society that I think everyone's just so lazy, right? Including myself. I'm not even gonna lie. It's just kind of like this whole, what do they talk about, like how when we get to a point in society where nobody really wants to work, right? They're going to eventually compensate us for just doing entertainment stuff, right? Like nobody cares anymore as much, and I agree with that. Like your job, because I think it's just this whole idea of like the American dream is kind of dead to a certain degree, not fully, but it's just kind of like you don't want to work super hard because the payoff isn't worth it, right? Like at the end of the day, I think every human being is willing to put. If somebody was like, hey, if you run 100 miles in one day, right? And I'll give you $1 million. I think a lot of people would be inclined to do it. I don't know if they'll succeed, but they would be willing to try a lot, right? Like they'll put in all their effort and whatever and stuff. Maybe you can train, whatever. You get the payoff, right? The payoff is worth the struggle. Right now, I think we're in part of society where the payoff isn't worth the struggle, right? What is the payoff now, right? The payoff is becoming very hard to get to. Like a house is becoming very hard to own. You can't even purchase that. You can't even purchase a nice car without like. You just need so much money, and the payoff isn't worth the struggle. The struggle you need to go to really like, before you could have applied to like. I forgot they said some crazy thing about how many job applications you would have to apply for, but now you need to apply at least like I don't even know like 1,000 times I would say for at least depending on like if you're into doing any sort of like white collar work, you need to apply for so many jobs. Like if you're doing technology or accounting or business analyst, BA or something like that, I can't imagine like you getting a job on your first like 50 applications or even first 100. Honestly, you might take 200-300, and we're even getting to the point where I think a lot of these AI systems that check your resume too, you get flagged from one company to the next. So if like, again, this is just like how the industry is moving, and I don't blame both sides. Like companies obviously want to streamline the process and they hire somebody, and so when they're using your AI checker, because this is impossible to go through like 10,000 applicants or 100,000 applicants if you get that many or whatever it might be, but they use an AI tool that kind of streamlines the process. But apparently a lot of these AI tools, the same company uses them for like one. Every company goes to the same person, the same third party source to kind of like vet your resume. So if you were denied and rejected at one company, if you apply to another one that uses the same system to verify your resume, you might get rejected there too because they flagged you as something as I don't know, maybe just a bad resume in their system, and now you're getting rejected. Nobody's even looking at your stuff. But all that to say, there's a lot of doom and gloom, but then there's also the other side of it where the amount of stuff you can do now is nuts, right? You can literally create your own company, your own software tool, your own 3D printed gadgets, and you can R&D stuff that before you couldn't even think of doing, and so quickly. So I think it just kind of goes back to competition is getting stiffer and stiffer, and it'll be easier to stand out if you're just not lazy, right? AI should take your job if you are lazy, but if you're willing to put work, there's nothing more dangerous than one person who, like, as an employee, if you were like a good employee, right? But now you're also using AI and you learn how to use it to your advantage. There's nothing better than that type of employee. That like the amount of work that you can essentially do now with the power of AI is 10x that you would ever even think of doing, even 50x to be honest, right? It's actually nuts. So if you are somebody who knows how to use AI well, and if you're already like somebody who cares about their work or anything like that, I think it would be so easy for companies to like keep you and hire you and continue working, because it's dangerous to like it's really hard to find that type of employee, right? All that to say, I think there's just a lot of opportunities right now, as much as there are opportunities being taken away, but it is something that's moving so fast that you really have to get ahead of the curve and really put in the work, and then keep jumping ship when you need to, right? Stick to it, get something that works for you, and then don't deviate until you have to. Okay. Let's paste this. Anime style Japanese sushi master chef. Where's Kling? Let's go ahead. Generate this. No expression, no generate. Alright. I wonder how many credits I need to generate a video. It's saying it takes 2 to generate. So do I have 66? Okay, I went to 64, now I'm at 62. Sick, okay. Let's see what it comes up with here. heavy dark, ink line work, muted color palette, flat shadowing. Okay, I like the. I feel like the beard is necessary. This dude looks pretty sick. Okay, download. What's the before and after? Okay, so let's just tell Claude. Here you go. There you go. I really like this. I like it. It's dark, exactly what I was looking for. Here's a scene one video, and paste this into our anime style. Extreme close-up of chef's master, sadly placing us. All right, let's try this. Let's go ahead and copy this into, keep it at 720. Let's go into video generation. Let's go into add start frames. Let's go into that. Into the options, we're gonna send button that element allows the tier start. Oh, that's pretty sick, right? So I think you can, how do I exit this? If I go into image generation, or just here, how do I go into generate video? Yeah, okay. Anime style extremely close to shows on a 7 degree on dark wind kind, individual rice grain, single amber rim light of steam. Okay, so let's keep that 720. How do I change the style? Oh, 720, and then let's keep this at what? Make sure multi-shot is off, and then keep it at 16:5, and then keep it at 5 seconds. 5 seconds, and then let's keep this off. 45, damn, credits. Shit, I'm pretty much screwed after this. 16:9. All right, let's see what happens. I don't know how long this would take. 1 minute. Hands look good. You're ready to move. Pretty much that's it. Now it just generated a pretty cool animation. I've seen it multiple. I've seen multiple workflows where, obviously, if you have a couple of characters that you want to create, you create the characters in like Hicksfield or wherever here, and you use those characters as an anchor. So whenever, and usually you would kind of give it a 3D model of your character. So if there are shots for the character, you have to look at it from the side profile view, from the back view, whatever it might be. It stays consistent. But I don't really care about all that right now. I mean, I want to see what this animation looks like, and then go from there. And then I also want to do animations where it doesn't involve a character, right? When people are sketching, or there's just like really cool like shapes that are on screen, just turning into like cool animations and stuff. We don't have to do. Okay. That's not bad. That's pretty sick. I mean, looks a little seductive. But I like it. The sushi looks good. Alright. Pressing a piece of 7 degree dark one, individual rice grain, single amber rim light from above, steam rising in soft ink, wash dark background. Vinland Saga aesthetic, slow and deliberate, no motion blur, camera hold still. Alright, I like that. I like that. That looks pretty sick. And essentially you can just go ahead and download this, I'm assuming. Download. And then you can just probably plug this right into CapCut, right? So let's just go right into right here. Delete this. Now all of a sudden, you have a full video, right? And you can go ahead and edit this and add in some music in the background. So let's see if they got some audio that's just trending. Maybe you might not work with this. Let's search up anime. Let's see what this is. Oh. Let's go ahead and lower the volume. Let's see. Sure, I don't know. Put that in there, and then now all of a sudden, it's pretty sick. Got yourself a little animation. There you go, guys. I mean, we just created a cool AI workflow or whatever, right? Now, what I want to do is, this is good. I mean, I'm not going to continue finishing this anime story. I possibly could, but the amount of credits that I need, how much does Kling even cost? Because I honestly liked how well it did, but the amount of credits that it's consuming, like, what is the cost for this thing? Gosh. What is it, Omni? Input, understand, generate any video, download, or create content. Okay, so it kind of just does everything for you. How much is this? Do I go here? Why is it so hard to find their freaking pricing model? How do I like subscribe to this shit? Purchase credits. There we go. So pretty much plans. Let's see what their plans are. $7 gets you 660 credits per month, or you can buy for $10. So it just makes sense to do a plan. I'm guessing you can cancel whenever. 25 gets you about 3,000 credits. Video, daily 3 free uses, which is sick. 64, 127. Huh. I mean, I guess if you are, I might honestly, I wouldn't mind subscribing to this if I was going to make a lot of animations. And then, so animations that I would want to make are like, I think they're just called like Dan Co. I like some of his video animations. They're very simple. They're just like, this guy looks, where is his like animations back in the day? I remember when this guy first came out, he had like some pretty sick animations, but I don't know if he does that anymore. Let's see. Yeah.
One of the most powerful right? Writing and understood that it is the foundation of all media, and it is tasked on using your mind to keep work. Now I caught.
In this video, I'm going to teach you how to create a Danbo style anime at that moment. By pressing
I wouldn't do all this, I'd just get AI to do it.
movement.
Yeah, these ones. I would just essentially,
You're bored because you haven't developed a skill set that allows
all these animations were very cool that he was creating back in the day.
you to take on interesting challenges.
So essentially stuff like this, YouTube downloader. Do. Come on. Paste this, download. Can I just YouTube link, paste, download. It's done. I forgot if I can upload images or videos into Claude. How can I make animation styles like this? Would it be the same idea essentially? Or would we need to use better tools, or is Kling... I know image generation is huge, but what if I just wanted to animate like creating cool subtle graphics, right? With a ball, with a hammer, with like the globe, like the earth, or just objects. If I wanted to animate different objects and show it in a really easy way or a cool animated way to get my point across. Like Dan Co was using for a lot of his videos. Oh, okay. 2D anime. Here's what you do. Motion array Adobe's. Browser based for most graphics. What is jitter.video? This is probably what I wanted. Okay, let me log into this. There's way too many AI tools out here, but this, I like this website. It's got my attention. Developer. Skip. Browse our templates. What we got? What do we got here? Sick. Huh. This would be good for market also to use a lot of these UI elements, animated search bar. Okay, how do I just download these? How much do these cost? Use this template. Jitter.video. Search bar icon. Export. These are the kind of cool stuff that I would want to put in like a video I was trying to make or design. Search.mp4. I wonder how I add that into Market Hustle, but essentially that was it, guys. This is me learning how to animate. It's kind of cool. I want to use some of these other tools and figure out what they would generate, but it's not terribly hard. Or I could have just went into Kling and skipped everything else and just straight up went